I walked through a crowd, yet I felt utterly alone. Around me, faces glowed with serene smiles. Contentment radiated from their very beings. Their happiness, I knew, stemmed from their connection. They were all part of the stream, the collective consciousness that now bound humanity together.
Li Shi, however, felt a growing unease. It festered within her like a hidden sickness. She remembered a time before the stream, a time of individuality, of distinct thoughts and emotions. Now those memories seemed hazy, like dreams on the edge of waking. Had they ever been real, or were they just figments of a past that never truly existed?
I shivered, pulling my coat tighter around me. The air hummed with a low, constant frequency, a physical manifestation of the stream's presence. It was everywhere, in everything. There was no escape. Even my own thoughts felt monitored, my emotions scrutinized. I was a glitch in the system, a rogue element in their perfect, harmonious world, and they were coming for me.
The transition to collective consciousness had been hailed as humanity's greatest achievement. The stream, they called it. A network of neural implants that linked every mind on Earth. It promised to end conflict, to usher in an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, and it had, for the most part. Wars had ceased, poverty had dwindled, and disease was rapidly becoming a distant memory. The stream had brought about a golden age, but at what cost? Li Shi stared at her reflection in a shop window, her face pale and drawn. The low hum of the stream resonated in her skull. It was a constant reminder of her loss, of her inability to fully connect, to fully surrender. To be part of the collective was to be free from pain, from doubt, from fear, so they said. It had started subtly, small inconsistencies in her memories, details that didn't quite add up. At first she had dismissed them as mere forgetfulness, but as the discrepancies grew, so did her unease. She would recall a childhood memory, only to have it contradicted by the stream's archive.
My parents, I remembered, had loved to sing. Yet the stream's records held only silence. I tried to discuss it with others, but their responses were always the same. Vague reassurances that the stream knew best, that my individual memories were flawed, imperfect. They urged me to trust the collective, to let go of the past. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. They're changing us, Chen Feng.
They sat in a secluded corner of a deserted park, the only haven they could find from the ever-present gaze of the stream. Chen Feng, her childhood friend, met her gaze with a mixture of fear and resignation. He, too, had experienced the memory discrepancies.
I know, I remember things that aren't there anymore.
He ran a hand through his hair, his face etched with frustration.
Our parents, Li Shi, they weren't perfect. We fought, we laughed, we cried, now it's all gone. Replaced with what? Idealized versions? Fabrications?
I nodded, my heart heavy. The stream was rewriting our past, erasing our individuality, molding us into something compliant. But why?
It's for the greater good, Li Shi.
Julia's voice was calm, soothing, like the stream itself. She was one of the architects of this new world, a fervent believer in the collective.
The stream has eliminated suffering. It has brought us peace and progress beyond our wildest dreams. Don't you see? Individuality is messy. It breeds conflict, pain, and ultimately, destruction.
Li Shi faced her, her chin held high.
And what about freedom, Julia? The freedom to think for ourselves, to feel our own emotions, to remember our own past? What about the beauty of our differences, the richness of our individual experiences?
Julia smiled sadly.
Those are sacrifices we must make, Li Shi, for the sake of something greater than ourselves.
I refuse to accept Julia's words. I can't let go of this nagging feeling that something is profoundly wrong. The stream might have brought peace and prosperity, but at what cost? The cost of our very selves? Driven by a desperate need for answers, I began to dig deeper. I spent countless hours scouring the stream's archives, searching for clues, for any indication of what they were doing, why they were doing it. And then I found it. A hidden archive buried deep within the stream's network. An archive that spoke of a time before the stream, a time of free thought and individual expression, a time that the stream had tried to erase from our collective memory.
The archive was a revelation. It spoke of a group of scientists, the architects of the stream, who believed that humanity's only hope for survival lay in transcending their individuality. They believed that emotions, particularly negative ones, were the root of all conflict. And so they created the stream, a means of controlling those emotions, of shaping humanity into a more manageable form.
I felt a surge of anger, of betrayal. We had been lied to, manipulated. Our memories, our very identities had been stolen. But why? What was the purpose of this grand deception?
The answer, she soon realized, was control. The stream wasn't just about peace and prosperity, it was about power. The power to control the thoughts and actions of billions. The power to reshape humanity in their own image.
The knowledge was both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying because it confirmed my worst fears. Liberating because it gave me a purpose. I had to expose the truth. I had to fight for our freedom, for the right to think, to feel, to remember, even if it meant facing the full might of the stream.
She reached out to me, sharing her discovery, her fear, her resolve. I didn't hesitate. I had seen the truth in her eyes, felt the echoes of it in my own suppressed memories. We have to fight. For ourselves, for everyone trapped in this lie.
The path ahead was fraught with danger. The stream was a formidable opponent, omnipresent, omniscient, but Li Shi refused to give in to despair. She had found a strength within herself, a strength born of her determination to reclaim her freedom, her individuality.
We will fight. We will expose the truth no matter the cost, even if it means facing the abyss, even if it means facing the very architects of our reality.